Do you hear that? Do you feel that? Do you feel it? The WNBA season has started, and Chicago Sky opened their season today against the Indiana Fever. We're going to talk about it all and more. Have some fun. It's a pregame show. We're about to have fun and more. You already know how we do it here at Chicago Sky Central. Right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What is going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the shits, y'all. I'm excited. The Chicago Sky started off their season today, and they started off against the dreaded Indiana Fever. This is going to be a fun game. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I can't wait to see how the Sky come out in this one. You already know the Angel Reese haters are ready, rearing, and ready to go, right? You're in Indiana to start this off with. You're starting off in hostile territory. On top of all of that, it's going to be crazy. It is going to be utterly crazy when this game starts, right? But this is what we've been waiting for, to get this game back started, to get back on the basketball court, for everything to be put out there and matter on the court, right? Like, you can let all the Angel Reese haters talk, all that type of stuff. It is what it is. That nothing's going to stop that, right? But the most important thing out of all of this is that the Chicago Sky are getting their shit together. That is the most important thing out of all of this. And we'll see what the Sky can do today, man. I have some good faith in this game. I think Tyler Marsh is going to have these ladies ready, rearing, geared up, and ready to go. I think that's one of the most important things about all of this. And, yeah, this is going to be a fun game. This is going to be a fun season, right? A very fun season. You already see Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso are ready to go. They're ready to step up their game. We got our floor general and Courtney Vandersloot. We got our new head coach. We got bench depth, right? Now, I can't wait to see how consistent the bench depth plays this year, right? Because we have a team that just makes more sense as far as structurally what you need from a basketball team. And then I think on top of that as well, like we just have the guards that can move the ball around. Haley Van Lith coming off the bench is going to be a big story here. Michaela Oniwerde coming off the bench is going to be a big story potentially here for the Chicago Sky. We got Elizabeth Williams, E. Wills coming off the bench. That alone, that's a solid bench unit as well, right? Just there. Rebecca Allen, you add in Rebecca Allen to that. Rachel Bannon when her shots falling, things like that. Maddie Westbeld, who I think is going to get better as the season goes on. I think she's going to earn more and more minutes as the season goes on. Like, there's a lot of reasons to be excited. A lot of reasons to be excited about the Sky team, and we'll see what happens in the season. It all lays out on the basketball court, right? So you guys know I don't do predictions. I'm not predicting wins or losses. I don't do that. That's just something I don't do on any of our channels, really, when it comes down to it. But I am excited about the season. I'm excited about to see how these ladies develop, how they grow, things like that. That's going to be the important part over the season, at least for me. I'm just really excited to see what this looks like for these ladies. Can't wait to see. I think Tyler Marsh, I think the world of him as a coach. I think we've already gotten to see, and I do think the Sky didn't have everything implemented yet in preseason, of course, right? They only had a couple of days of practice before preseason games started, but I think Tyler Marsh is going to have a really good game plan for these ladies this season, and I think that's going to be really important as well. So let's see how it's going to be. Let's see how it's going to be. Y'all know the number one spot to cover it all is right here on Chicago Sky Central, man, because we're going to keep it going, man. We're going to have fun with this, and, yeah, we're going to make it do what it do, and that's all I could say, man. We got Bulls Daily in the building. Says had to show up pre-stream for this one. We playing the Ops. This is definitely the Ops. That's for sure. Y'all go subscribe to Chi-Town Sports Central on Playback. Y'all not going to want to miss this. Yeah, definitely. By the way, if you guys are not familiar, we do live stream the games over on Playback. We're going to live stream it here, too, if you just want to hang out with us as a normal live stream. If you go over to the Playback, you can actually watch the game with us. The game's on in the background. We're on the screen in the corner. We're replacing the commentary team. It's a really fun experience. It's kind of more of an interactive way to do a watch party and a live call. So if you guys are interested in that, go over to the Playback. Chi-Town Sports Central is the name of the Playback channel because it's for the whole company. You'll see Chi-Town Sports Central. It's for the whole company, and we do Bulls games. We do White Sox games at times. I think Mike's going to start doing some Cubs games over there. So, yeah, stay in tune with us for that one. It's Bro Claude, Chicago stand up. Shout out to you. He got Maddie Legend in the building. Shout out to Maddie Legend coming over from the Bull side of things. What's good, fam? What's going on, Nola? We glad to have you. Already know you a OG in here. Alan Lewis in the building. Shout out to you. Rob says should definitely be a fun. A tough game. It's gonna be a tough game. Miller and Angel Block Party, get your popcorn. Hey, let's hope so. Let's hope so. And then you got E. Will coming off the bench. Come on now. Scoring at the rim should be very difficult for opposing teams this year. It should be very, very difficult for opposing teams. I hope Camilla comes out aggressive. Yeah, I mean, Camilla got to be aggressive. The beast is in there, man. I just need her to unlock it and consistently. Like a Camilla that realizes that physically she can set the tone in just about any game changes things dramatically. And I need her to realize that she can do that. Camilla has the ability, the size, the presence, and the skill to set the tone physically in each and every game. Like she has the ability to do that. You add into that Angel Reese, we know she's physical. Like that could be very fun when it comes down to it. What up, chat? We have 1 point guard. That's a problem. Listen, we got more than 1 point guard. Haley Van Lith, if you go and look at the advanced analytics and when she played, she actually did a pretty good running the point. I think the fact that you could see when we go into the bench unit that we're running a more open scheme, and I think that really helps because you have to play her for her scoring ability and her ability to drive. I think we'll be fine. But listen, that's a lot to put on, even as a backup point guard. That's a lot to put on a rookie in year one in the WNBA, and they're going to be coming for her. So, but I'm excited to see her growth as a point guard over the course of this season. Excited to see Angel play point forward. I think she got triple-double in her future. I mean, hey, first of all, that's a lot to put on somebody. Triple doubles are not very common in the WNBA, but hey, if she gets one, great. Hit the like on the way in just because we playing the ops. That's funny. I predict they cooked. They cooked. They're gonna get cooked or they're cooked. Which one? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Killer Miller about to make us proud this season. Excited to see more of her development from the offseason. Agree with you. I completely agree with you. What's good, Haize? What's going on? Does playback freeze up or is just some people internet? So it's usually the internet. Usually with playback, if it starts freezing up and you refresh it, like literally refresh the whole browser, you'll be fine going forward. It happens to even us sometimes. Like you'll notice when we're on playback, sometimes we pop in and out. That's us refreshing because it kind of helps. It's playback is. I think people don't really realize how unique playback is, and the fact that it dynamically, meaning that we don't do anything to make it happen. It will stream the game on playback, but automatically on YouTube, it replaces the background of the game with a scoreboard. That's a lot of going on in the background, right? As a person who's worked for a tech company for the last 7 years, that's a lot to do in the background for that to happen all automatically, for that not to have to trigger at all. So, and it's still a fairly new company, but not to throw them any bail, but it happens sometimes, unfortunately. The new lineup will make it hard for teams to double. But we got to hit our shots. We got to move without the ball. That is going to be so important in Tyler Marsh's scheme. You have to move without the ball. You have to move without the ball. This is going to be exciting and amazing game. Let's hope so. Let's hope we don't get blown out, right? Like, that's the thing, is to come into a game expecting to be fun and amazing, you get your ass kicked to start the season, right? Like, let's hope that that's not the case. You know what? Let me knock on wood. We don't want to put that energy out there in the ether. This is going to be an exciting game. Definitely. Gravy says, what if A5 hit the you can't see me after a win today? They'd be mad as hell. Listen, so when you get the victory, you are allowed to do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm going to be, and listen, I'll say that too. If Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever kick our ass and Caitlin Clark wanted to do the you can't see me, she earned that shit, right? This isn't one side. I'm not somebody who, because I love Angel Reese, I feel like I got to hate on Caitlin Clark. Like, I can acknowledge the greatness that Caitlin Clark has the chance of being, right? But I would say this, like, if you get the victory, you get it, but be careful, because when you do that shit after the game, remember, we got to play them 4 times this year. You better be ready for that to come back around, is all I'm saying, regardless of whoever does it, whether it's us or them. The other team cooked, not the Sky, man. Okay. That means that they're gonna cook. You say they cooked. Like, it, you just gotta Moving without the ball, that is the most important. It's most, especially in a motion-based scheme. You got to move without the ball. You got to do it consistently. If you don't, you're cooked. It can't be stacked. A lot last season was us in the half court not moving without the ball. That was a lot of what happened last season that hurt the Chicago Sky a lot. You can't have that in this game. You just can't have that. Rolling out right now. Don't want no distractions for the game. Rolling up right now. My bad. I read that wrong. Rolling up right now. Listen, whatever you need to do to enjoy your game, you do that. In whatever state that you need to be in, that's on you. Is all I'm saying. As long as you're not out causing death and destruction, it is what it is. Let's dominate. Hopefully. Here's the thing. Look, this early in the season, I don't even know if I'm looking at domination. I just want to see solid play. I want to see us play and look like a team, and let the chips fall where they may after that, right? Like, you build up the ability to dominate as the season goes on. That's the way that I look at it. And I think we'll be fine. I think we got the talent. I think we'll be fine overall. Hoping I can see Angel with post-ups under the basket. Do mind the point forward, but I need them post-ups too. Well, point forward doesn't mean that you're not posting up. Like, Jokic is a point forward, and still about 85% of his offense comes from post-up. So point forward does not mean not posting up. So there you go on that one. But I do think that paired with the fact that Tyler Marsh did say that, he's going to pull her out. She's going to be doing more things kind of in the high key. That's going to be interesting to watch as well. They ask gonna lose. Stop being scared, bro. Look, I'm just not scared. I don't do predictions. I don't do predictions. Like, I just don't do it. That's for any of our team. I just don't do predictions. It's not what I do. Facts. Hey, gonna put the clamps on. Hey, we'll see. We shall see. On ESPN, all you hear is about Caitlin Clark, no Angel Reese. Yeah, I mean, listen, Caitlin Clark is the golden goose right now. It is what it is. Listen, it is what it is. But I think the people who actually watch the game of basketball know it's not just Caitlin Clark that grew the W. That would be idiotic to say. And anybody who really thinks that, they're probably people who don't really pay attention to the W for real. They're not really W fans. They're Caitlin Clark fans, which are fine, right? Like, I see so many channels pop up now, and like they're supposed to be Indiana Fever channels, but they have more Angel Reese content on their channel than anything. They literally watch everything she do. You know how many Indiana Fever channels dropped videos or episodes on Angel Reese going to the Met Gala? It was just like, how many people dropped after she did? Like, we didn't even do an episode after the post game when she was asked about Caitlin Clark and she said next question. Like, because that's stupid. Like, I'm here to cover sports. Some people are here to cover storylines. I'm here to cover sports. And, if it's a big enough storyline, of course we're going to talk about it, but that's never going to be the focus of this channel. All that slanging mud and shit like that, like, to me, that's the mindset and the tact of a bitch-ass niggas. Bitch-ass men, because they're not all niggas, to be frank. And one thing that we not hear is bitch-ass men. All those, and I'll call out names. The dude who does, and I know him personally, the Pope, the dude who does that channel, that's a bitch-ass nigga. I'm going to say what I say. It is what it is. If people take issue with it, I don't give a fuck, right? Because, like, that dude's in women's business more than women. Like, that's the thing about it. Like, it's really strange. Like, covering women's sports is one thing, but to be in women's business consistently, and that's the hook of your content, that's just strange. It's really just weird. Like, it's really just weird. Like my boy, if you want to be in women's business that much, go eat some pussy. Like real talk. Like, it's so weird, right? So, like, one thing that you won't get here is bitch-ass men conversation around these women. We're going to talk about the sport. We're going to go deep dive into the game. We're going to talk about the impact that they have. But we also aren't afraid to give everybody their flowers, right? You can see we have not shit. Like, go and find a Caitlin Clark knock video on this channel. You know why you won't find one? Because it's not about Angel versus Caitlin unless they're on the basketball court against each other. It's about the growth of great. Listen, Nola said it here. There's so many men who act like big ass birds, and it's like, damn, 23-year-old Angel Reese got you acting like a bitch, my boy. Like, that's strange. It's strange. It's really weird. It's really weird. But hey, to each their own. However you need to get your content off, go and get your content off. We ain't got time for that here, though, is all I got to say. We ain't got time for it. They use Angel for likes. They use Angel for views and clicks. Absolutely. Absolutely. I said on Twitter, her name is big even when they talk negative about. Hey, I mean, Listen, it gotta be a crazy thing for a 23-year-old. I've never seen so many 40-year-old men get so in their panties about a 23-year-old woman. That's crazy, my boy. That's crazy. Like, it's really weird, man. But hey, I mean, listen, we live in a world. We live in a world. That's all I can say. There are a ridiculous amount of people who post videos just hating on Reese, which is crazy work, dragging her for no reason. It's only men. It's only men. Like, no, there's one woman too. It's a black woman too. I forgot the name, but she just drags off. She hates women. She drags any woman that does anything. She talks shit about it. It's just like, you know what? The internet, you know what it is? The internet has made it to where the weird motherfuckers that we would never cross paths with, they have a voice. And it's like, that's cool and all. I love that everybody can have a voice. I love that everybody can have a platform because everybody has a base of people that they can speak to. But some of y'all, I could tell, that was not involved in the kickball game at school. I could tell some of y'all got left out of dodgeball. I could tell that. I could tell that because y'all mad at everybody. And it's just like, hey, like, it's okay. Like, it's okay. It's so weird. It's so weird. I just want to see Chicago play as a team. I hope each player be allowed to play to their strengths. As you said, I just want to see a competitive game. Want to see a win, but just be competitive. Exactly. Like, just go out there and compete. Just go out there and compete. That's all I want to see. Damn, listen, I say what I say. Just give them props and move on. That's it. That's really it. I just hope the Sky shut down the noise from ESPN. Listen, ESPN, I've said this about ESPN for years, for almost a decade plus. Once ESPN picks a storyline for the year, they're sticking to that storyline. And they've already picked theirs, right? It'll take something crazy to, like, if the Sky get out and they start off like 12-2, they'll change their tone a little bit then. But the moment that the Sky go on a 2 or 3 game losing streak, they're gonna be right back on it. This game gonna show Tyler adjustments and team versatility. Agree with you. Completely agree with you. Exactly. Now everyone has a megaphone or wants to be the loudest voice. And it's the funniest thing in the world is that it's not even that, like, wanting to have your voice magnified is great, but have something to say. We live in a world where people don't know the difference between having to say something and having something to say. That it's a very large gap between those two things. Very large gap between those two things. Just sucks because some of my homeboys who do watch the W believe what all these weird pages post about Angel and other. I mean, and the thing that I always say too is that, and that's why, like, we don't do that here about Caitlyn or about Angel, right? Like, somebody got mad at us when we posted the fact that, like, there's something that came out about Kennedy, or like, yeah, all that, and you focus on this. Like, we talked about everything she was doing overseas in that same episode, but it taught me a lesson on the way that I word it to make sure that, like, even if we do touch on the storyline or whatever, that to just word it to make sure that everybody knows, hey, this is about we're going to talk about the news, right? Not necessarily salacious storylines. We're going to talk about the news, but sports are the first and foremost thing here. That's just it. Notice they didn't pay Paige Beckers any mind in college because she didn't have that melanated so-called villain as her rival. I gotta disagree with that. I think that they paid Paige a lot of attention. At least, and maybe that's because I'm so ingrained, and I could completely, because I'm a women's basketball fan in both college and the pros. So maybe that's just me because I'm so close to it, and maybe I lost I missed some of the things that weren't talked about. But at least in my sphere, Paige was talked about a lot, actually. The narratives after each Sky versus Fever games gets me pissed. Can't wait for other lined up game. Oh, yeah, it's going to be, it is what it's going to be crazy today. And they knew what they were doing starting off the season this way. I mean, and listen, as somebody who has to book channels and try to get views and market share, it's smart. They know what they're doing. Real fans appreciate both Clark and Reese and their impact on the game. I know, listen, they can be rivals. Like Magic and Bird were rivals. Like, rivalries are good for sports. Rivals don't have to mean like legitimate. I think parts of the fan base wants these ladies to legitimately hate each other so that their hate towards the opposite can be justified. And I don't think there's any actual hate there. I think that they are rivals in the sense that hey, they're going to be playing each other 4 times a year for as long as they're both in Chicago and Indiana, right? So they're rivals, and they should be. Rivalries are good for sports, but they don't hate each other. I don't think there's hate there. I don't, like they want to paint it as this thing like somebody, like if you gave them a chance, they punch each other in the face like it's celebrity boxing or death match or some shit like that. And it's not that. They're competitive because guess what? It's a sport. You're supposed to be competitive, right? I think whoever controls the paint with rebounds will win this game. Who do you think has the edge? Man. It could really go either way. I like to think that the 3 big lineup, Angel, Camilla, and E. Will, I like to think that is something that's going to be leaned on, but we shall see. And I really wish the person who was like, Camilla's going to come off the bench, there's no way they start Camilla over Elizabeth Williams. Hey, where are you at? I got to go back. I love pulling receipts. I got to go out and find that person. Because I'm about to troll the shit out of it. I'm petty. It is what it is. I'm petty. But yeah, I'm about to go be petty. I'm about to go cyberbully. What matchups are you excited to see in this Chicago in this game or this season? In this Chicago, what do you mean by that? With how physical the men's playoffs have been, it's going to be fun to see a continuation of that today. The women's game is like old school NBA 80s, 90s basketball. I tell people all the time, when people ask me, why should they watch the W? I'm like, hey, the X's and O's, like the chess match of basketball, it's highlighted, it's heightened in women's sports. But then I also think like this is one of the most physical sports leagues that you'll see consistently. I think that. I mean, the fans on social media are not paying Paige any mind from what I've seen. The fans. I mean, I wouldn't even be able to speak to that. One thing that you guys will find out about me is I'm in and out of social media, and I usually post and I go about my goddamn business. Like that's the joy that I have in being able to do what we do. Like I don't scroll a lot. I don't interact with people that I don't know unless I'm tagged in something. Usually if I'm in social heavily, it means that I'm going to fuck off on somebody. In this game, what matchup? Oh, all of it. Like literally everything. Like this is the beginning of the season. I think we got to let the storyline's got to build. For me personally, it has to build a little bit before I'm like, oh, how is Camilla going to match up against? I'm not at that point. Like I think both these teams have made significant changes to the roster. They both have ladies that are going to grow on their roster this season. I think it's going to be fun. Side note, it's odd seeing Rebecca Gardner on the Liberty. It's odd seeing a lot of people on different teams. Like that's the thing of watching preseason. It's weird to see a lot of different and new faces around. It's still weird seeing Kelsey in the Sparks jersey. That was weird. 2 women wanting to be the best in the WNBA is something everyone should appreciate. Facts. Because that's what helped grow. And that's how people who aren't here for the growth of the W, they're here for storylines and they're here for bullshit, right? Because this is good for the W. And as somebody who's literally watched the WNBA consistently, I'm off and on since I was like 10 years old, but consistently for like the last decade. So, to see the W, like to see it go from, a game that it literally being the network it was broadcasting on was Twitter Live, right? From seeing games that were on at 11 a.m. on a Wednesday, right? To see this now has been it's really good to see the growth of the game in this way. Really good to see the growth of the game. So really excited to see this continue, man. The Angel Clark thing is definitely true that a hero always needs a villain, and that storyline would always sell, and the media chose Clark as the hero. Agreed. And that's because Angel Reese has the personality that you're either going to present her as the anti-hero or the villain. That's it. All right? I don't think that Angel has the type of personality on the court, because I think people who actually take time out to learn who Angel Reese is as a person realize it's night and day different. But when she gets between those lines, when she gets on that court, the style, the play, the fact that the faces that she makes, the aggression that she plays with, yeah, people are always going to mark her as the villain. It is what it is. There's other tones to that, but I don't want to get in this show, so I'm gonna leave that be. But I'm sure y'all can fat out. Imagine if Angel Reese was a dominant scorer with her rebounds and defense. It would be crazy to see. Is Brink not going to play this season? I don't know. I really don't know. Great question here from Mark Shannon. Who is Chicago's X factor today? Just because I think the defense is going to be needed, E-Will. E-Will coming off the bench. If we can win E-Will's minutes, I think that goes a long way in us winning the game overall. I'm not putting everything on her, but I think Elizabeth Williams is so important to the Chicago Sky's defense and setting the tone that I think if you can win those minutes, that's saying a lot to me personally. Angel on the court going to change the whole narrative. Hopefully, let's hope so. We'll see. We shall see. We very much so, Siles. It's like, you know what it is? It's like Kevin Garnett was very hard to ever present as the hero. Amazing basketball player. I'm not comparing Kevin Garnett to Angel Reese as players yet, right? I think Angel got a lot to do before she can get to that level of impact in the W. But Kevin Garnett was very, very hard to push as a hero because he talked shit. He was going to get in your head. He was going to talk shit to the fans. He was going to get in refs' faces. He was fiery. He was emotional. He put it all out there in the court. And it's hard to push that as a hero, right? Until he got to Boston. And then because of like the whole nature of, oh, you got these guys coming together. These old players are trying to win a title. They're trying to go on this run. Oh, Minnesota did them wrong. They were never able to put a title around him. Then it started to change a little bit, right? I think it's something like that. But all right, y'all, gonna get ready to wrap it up. We'll be live in 9 minutes for the game, so make sure you guys stay in tune with us for that, man. I love you guys. Make sure you guys are following us at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoSkyCentral@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, 773-270-2799. We do share that with Chicago Bulls Central, so if you hear Bulls Central on the voicemail, just know you're still in the right spot. Love you guys. Go to Skytown. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.